Let's do this. Very busy show. Jay Moore in studio playing Gotham Comedy Club tonight, and then Saturday, right? You're taking Friday off?
Take Saturday off.
Thursday, Friday,
Sunday.
Good move.
Thursday, Friday, Sunday at Gotham Comedy Club. Got it. Jay Moore. Yeah. And then Levy, anything?
I will be at the Morgan's at Molino, Illinois, Friday, April 16th.
Let's say hi to Joe Rogan. Joe!
What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
You cut off Bob Levy in the middle of his fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you should fucking know it by heart. He doesn't know where he's performing.
No.
He's got to read it off a piece of paper.
He
like
wasn't
a stooge.
prepared, you know.
There's very few shows where you could be on hold, and while you're on hold, you hear Bob Levy talking about Ashley Dupre getting raped by black guys.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
That's a great line, Bob Levy.
Beautifully here first thing in the morning.
You should have got a solid plug for that line. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but
I read him off. I read off all
the
his
Times
plugs.
Cinnamon with Watusa, Wisconsin, Saturday.
Joe Rogan is the Vince Scully. Joe Rogan is the Vince Scully of mixed martial arts, my friends.
He really
Joe
is.
Rogan knows more about mixed martial arts than I know about anything.
He's the best. Hey,
Joe, it's Joe DeRosa here. How are you?
Yeah, Joe, I know you retweeted yesterday. How'd you like seeing Norton get in an armbar from BJ Penn?
Well, the weird thing was how casually he did it, like from the chair.
Yeah.
He's sitting down in a chair and fucking could have just busted Norton's arm off.
Yeah.
I wanted to see
he
what
was
the
freaking-
position felt like, because I know it's obviously painful, but it's like you watch guys doing this, and I didn't realize he was going to put his legs around my head and face.
Yeah, he did.
That's
Yeah,
extra.
you came.
He said,
The white stuff is extra.
BJ Penn said afterwards that he couldn't find Jimmy's chin.
Yeah,
he really said that, yeah.
He wanted to lock his foot in under Jim's chin.
He said he
but
couldn't find it.
You'd be a champion in there, Jim.
yeah, I said that every time that they were trying to submit me, I would just weasel out like a ghost.
Hey, Rogan, did you see the guy on like the Today Show? BJ Penn took him down, and then he fought for like a minute like a
Fox
jerk
News,
off.
yeah.
What a
his
dick.
tie was flapping around. It's like you can't be in a
That guy
suit
was
and tie.
trying hard.
Yeah, it's like, you're the news guy is going to neck bridge BJ Penn. What is this, fucking Verona High, 1987? Neck bridge, left on the right. Get out of there, JJ. Watch the whizzer.
It was pretty fun how he was spazzing out.
What do you think that is, Joe?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I only did those wrestling things to impress Joe.
Yeah. Do you think that that's like one of those guys who actually really thinks he has a shot? That guy, that type of shit's annoying, right?
It's a little annoying, but, I think that's what they planned in the first place. I bet he probably felt like he could just freak out all he wants and BJ would still get him, so he just tried really hard.
Yeah.
What did you think of, I loved your announcing during the Silva, Damian Maia fight, because you have such a fucking great way, like you were saying, I've never seen a guy clown like this. And that was exactly what it was. It was like, I've never seen a guy, even after Ali did it to his opponents, I've never seen a guy try to humiliate an opponent so badly.
He just ran around for
It was very strange. I think that guy's having a meltdown. I really do.
Silva.
I think Silva. I think there's a certain amount of pressure involved in being the very best in the world, and I think, like Matt Hughes, when he lost his title a long time ago, I'll never forget this. I asked him, how he's feeling right now, what's going through his mind, and he goes, I'm actually relieved. He goes, I'm really relieved. He goes, the pressure of being a champion is just it's really too much. It just really gets to me. And I thought about that when I watched that fight. I was like, I think Silva's having like some sort of a mental breakdown. Like he's screaming and yelling at the guy about, like being disrespected. That guy didn't disrespect him. He didn't do anything. That guy's like a really polite guy. It was a really weird situation. But I think the pressure is just making him nuts.
Do you think Silva's angry at Dana and wants to be fighting guys that he deems more worthy or bigger names?
No.
No, they were excited about this fight. He was scared about, well, I don't want to say scared, but they didn't want to fight Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort is a very dangerous striker, and that was the original guy that he was supposed to fight, but Vitor tore his shoulder and had to get surgery on it. So when Vitor stepped out, they didn't have anybody else that could step in, and Damian Maia took it, and they were excited about the fight because, frankly, they knew that Damian Maia was never going to be able to get him to the ground and was never going to be able to stand up with him. It should have been a rout. So that's why Silva came out clowning him like that, is because he knew he could do whatever he wanted standing up.
But didn't he get hit by a good shot once?
He
by the
did.
And
the
then
fifth round after he was tired. See, what happened was we were fighting outside.
Oh, yeah.
The fight was outside, so it was really humid and really hot, and it was in Abu Dhabi. So it's not like fighting outside in like 70-degree weather. It's pretty warm. And, you know, you exert yourself that way for the first 2 rounds, and you're going to get really tired. And that's what happened. The 3rd round, he slowed down. And in the 4th round, it started, you know, Damian Maia started coming after him, and Anderson was just kind of like running away.
I tell you what I thought. I thought Damian Maia was very scared of him and deferred to him too much. And it happened in the very, me and Bob Kelly watched it, and Bobby noticed it. You know what, dude? You hit each other, you sweat, but you know what, dude? The amazing thing was when Silva got down on his knees and he bows to every corner of the ring, when Damian Maia did that and misunderstood it, it was almost like he was allowing Silva's ritual to dictate the way he behaved in the ring. And I thought he should have stood there and done his own thing, but that immediately told me he's way too impressed and way too frightened of Silva.
Well, I think he was trying to be respectful, but I've never seen Silva bow on his knees to all corners like that. I've never seen him do that either. I really think he's losing his mind. Damian Maia had to be respectful because Silva, when he's hot, like in the early rounds, when he charged at him like that and just landed, he threw a flying knee like a regular person throws a jab.
Yeah.
He just flew at him. You know, I mean, he's incredibly talented, but I think he's losing his marbles. That's what I think.
Wow. Hey, did you like Abu Dhabi there, Joe?
It's very strange, dude.
It is, right?
Very strange. First of all, it's flooded with whores. They're everywhere.
And that's
Russian
a problem?
Whores.
Go on.
Russian
you go
whores.
to these places, and there's like hundreds of them just staring at every man that walks in. It's very strange. They build everything out there. They have an infinite amount of money. They're literally trillionaires. So these guys, they make like man-made islands and shit, and gigantic hotels, and everything's brand new and spotless. Everywhere you look, everyone's driving a Mercedes. It's like one of the craziest places I've ever been.
Did you feel unwelcome as an American, or you felt welcome?
Very welcome. They love tourists. They're trying to make Abu Dhabi like sort of like and
Vegas or
Dubai. They're
something.
trying to make both of them like these places where people can go.
Where is Abu
Vegas.
Dhabi?
Yeah, where
Forgive
is
me.
it, Joe?
It's the United Arab Emirates. It's like east of Africa.
The UAA?
UAE.
UAE? I can't get the fucking ice stink. Sorry.
Is it one of the? Is it really expensive? 'Cause I heard Dubai is really like almost unpleasantly expensive. How bad is Abu Dhabi? Like if you want to go take a trip, stay in a nice hotel.
Or get a hooker.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's expensive. I'm sure. I really don't know. It's just like Dubai. It's sort of the same thing.
Did you get time to move around a little bit?
Not really. No.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes almost 20 hours to get there.
Yeah.
You know, you get there, you land, you get off the plane, you try to recover, you eat. Next thing you know, you're at the fights.
What the fuck do you do for 20 hours on a plane?
Have you guys seen the YouTube video that Rogan put up of the guy at jiu-jitsu that stares at his cock? It's fucking hilarious.
Wait, there's a guy. You're fighting him?
No. It's just some kid. Well, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
Well, there was a dude that was in my jiu-jitsu class. He got kicked out for staring
for staring at cock?
The crazy thing is the dude didn't even go there for jiu-jitsu. He just went there to get his ass kicked. He would go there and just sort of resist for a little while and then give in.
And he would stare at your cock?
Oh yeah, like you could like count on him, like Old Faithful. Every time he would go to the locker room after training, this guy could have been done working out like a half an hour ago, but it didn't matter. He would wait around.
Norton did that at Woodstock.
I would take my pants off. This dude would be staring at my hog.
Did you say anything to him?
Yeah, many times. Like, dude, stop staring at my dick. Like, what? I was just back here. I didn't know.
Where do we find this video? Everybody wants to see
Just
this
YouTube.
now.
Oh, it's online. If you YouTube Hog Watch.
Yeah, Hogwash. Funny.
Yeah.
First, you might want to put Rogan's name in it.
Yeah, Rogan
Otherwise,
cock,
you'll get a
that should
bunch
pop
of pigs
up.
fucking.
Bob, help us out over there. You're next to the fucking.
He doesn't know how to type.
I don't know.
Those
No.
fat
You don't know how to
drunk
type?
fingers.
What the fuck?
A computer? What the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
There's not three G's
Guy
in hog.
did it to a bunch of UFC guys. He did it to George Soteropoulos, a guy who fights in the UFC.
Well.
And George got fucking crazy. He started yelling.
George,
at him.
George,
Get out of here! Stop looking at my dick.
George asked for that. You know
I'd
that.
look at certain dicks, like Liddell. I'm wondering what Liddell is packing.
Just like
Oh,
Liddell.
he's probably got just a fucking alligator in his
You
pants.
think?
Yeah.
I
He's got like a 2-8. Like
I bet he's shortchanged.
Yeah, me too.
I bet he's
Me
shortchanged.
too. But if he was here, I would say it was huge.
You really think that he's shortchanged?
Yeah, I think he's probably shortchanged a little bit. Like,
That guy is.
'cause he's angry.
He's fucked more women than probably everybody, you, me, everybody in Sirius
Yeah.
Radio right now.
Do they have a
everybody on
choice?
air,
That's what happens when you hold them down.
everybody in that building, probably. Everybody. I really believe he's probably fucked more women combined than everyone in the building
Wow.
you're at right now. That giant skyscraper, he's probably fucked more women than everyone in there.
Does that count prostitutes, though?
I don't think he has to go to prostitute.
No. But if I could put my prostitute numbers against his regular girl,
No, I don't think you can,
prostitutes
Jim.
don't count, Jimmy.
You ain't gonna make the Hall of Fame with that.
First of all, look at Rogan. Look at Rogan's body in this fucking video. Rogan should be in fucking.
Oh, hold on. We got
Hot Watch with Joe Rogan.
Hot Watch with Joe.
Every time I change, I come back here, and dude is back here, staring in the mirror, looking at my dick. I mean, he could have been done
He's
working
got
out
black
right
eyes
now.
and everything. He's fights for real, Joe.
Wait till I'm changing, and when I'm changing right here, dude will be standing right here, and he'll look at my dick.
I think Joe's teasing him.
And it's got so that we crack jokes about it.
Did you grow that beard in
He's got the
afternoon, Joe?
He's got the Abu Dhabi beard.
Yeah.
That was
Fucking
actually
chic.
probably from-
Can't get on the
I need a
plane.
male assist. I need a male assist.
Next day one.
All right, so where do you put the camera?
Adam Cowboy.
Look at the body on Rogan.
Look at the guy
Jesus
over here.
Christ.
And look at this
You're
guy.
a beautiful man, Rogan.
This guy's just hanging out.
Oh,
He's
the
been,
casual glance.
he's been dressed for 2 hours,
He's gonna
that
go over-
guy.
He's gonna, watch this. He sees the camera too. He doesn't give a shit. He looks. Now Joe turns and faces him. Fucking Joe. Just hanging out.
He doesn't care if the camera's there. He wants
Guy's
to look.
looking at his dick.
Holy shit.
How does he not know what you're doing?
He knows.
He doesn't care.
He knows. He doesn't care. He's a fucking freak. There's something wrong with him.
Look at him just looking down.
Joe's naked, flexing into the camera, and the guy's getting a fucking sweatsuit boner.
He's fucking laughing. He's
I
like
hope he
smiling.
Look
paid
at Eddie
the full
Bravo
month.
with a cameo. At the end, was that Mr. Bravo?
He's smiling.
Now he's fixing his hair after.
No, he's not. He's looking at his dick in the mirror.
Look, he is.
What
He's
the
making
fuck,
believe
Joe?
he's fixing
Wow,
his Jufro. You don't fix a Jufro. Look at him. You just pat. And now he's looking like at his feet, and he looks up at Joe's ass crack. Rogan,
He's going by. Let me see what's
Rogan, how
over
often
here.
do you work out? This is crazy. You look like Tito
3 or 4
Santana.
days a week with jiu-jitsu.
Jesus, dude.
You're fucking ripped, Joe.
You think you
Jesus
could
Christ.
take Jimmy?
I'm scared of death. I'm trying to stay in shape.
I'm scared.
You
There's
should
not
be
a
scared
soft
of that
cock
guy
in this
looking
room
at
right
your
now.
fucking dick. That's who you should be scared of. Here's another guy looking at your dick came by.
No, it's
I know.
not,
It's Club
Bob.
Soda Kenny.
Hey, Joe, if you want, I can get you
Yeah.
a Starbucks downstairs.
Joe, would you pin me by the neck and face?
Have you ever wrestled an angelfish?
Hey, Joe, what did you think of? I thought Gracie looked very, very sluggish. You think so too? Like I was surprised that everyone stood up. Nobody got on the ground.
Yeah, that was a weird fight. That was a real weird fight. Henzo hadn't trained apparently for like 2.5 years, and then he just did like 6 months of training to get ready for that, and he just really never got in the right kind of shape. The kind of shape that you have to get into to fight in MMA is just the build-up takes years. It's insane. It's insane the kind of cardio that you have to have.
Do you think that? I thought there was almost too much respect between those guys, but I kind of got why they were doing it. What do you think of if Silva goes down to fight St. Pierre?
He's not going to. The next fight, he's going to fight Chael Sonnen. They were going to set up the Silver St. Pierre fight, but the last fight was such a wreck that they don't want to do it. They don't want to give him the opportunity to have another fight like that. So they're setting him up with this wrestler, this guy Chael Sonnen, who's this. It's really kind of funny because he's a good old boy Republican from Oregon. And he talks a lot of shit. He's like probably the best shit talker in MMA, and he's going to drive Silva crazy.
Really?
And yeah, he fucking talks so much shit. Like he's just going to say everything and anything about Silva and get him nuts and then attack him. He's going to go after him.
Hey, Joe,
every
it's,
one of Chael Sonnen's fights are.
Joe, it's Jay Moore. I'm at Gotham Comedy Club tonight at 8 o'clock.
How come you're taking off Saturday?
I got a benefit in Jersey. I got a question for you. Do you think at this point Dana White is rooting for Anderson Silva to lose?
Yes. If I had a guess-
absolutely.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Because
Yeah, absolutely.
He's
He's
angry.
not happy.
Count on him to-
That's it. I'm
What,
out
Joe?
of here.
You can't count on him to perform. If he feels he's ahead, he'll coast. He doesn't give a shit.
Like Roy
And-
Jones.
You got to appreciate the fact that the guy takes 0 damage. I mean, he got hit more by Maya in that fight than like any fight that I can remember. You know, the guy, he doesn't get hit. He just keeps moving.
Why
he
didn't
doesn't give a shit if people boo?
Why didn't Maya go after him? Like try to? Because he's one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters. And do you think this wrestler you're talking about, whose name I don't remember, will try to put him on the ground?
The wrestler will, first of all, Chael Sonnen is nothing like Damian Maya. He's a way, way, way better wrestler. And he's way more aggressive. He's way better at taking guys down. Like, he took Nate Marquardt down like a rag doll, and nobody does that. And he beat the shit out of Marquardt.
And Joe, this is Bob Levy. I'm at Morgan's in Mokina in Illinois on Friday. I was wondering, do you think Goldberg will come back as strong as he was, or do you think he's going to get fucking taken out?
Goldberg?
Who's that fucking crazy Jew?
Goldberg.
What Goldberg?
Who's the wrestling? Who's the wrestling guy?
Fucking Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, I meant. That's what I meant.
Bob Levy, please report to the front office. Your mother is here with your snow pants, you dizzy fuck.
That's a good question.
I got
the answer.
That's a great Goldberg question. You want to answer the Goldberg question, Rogan?
Yeah, what
Do you think Bob Backlund has a shot against?
Bob Backlund's got the best posture in MMA.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Do you believe Bob Backlund's squat thrust world record will hold up?
Got to. If it doesn't,
I
thought things will happen.
Fucking Lesnar is going to be just
I thought it was
fine.
unfair
Yeah,
that the
think so?
WWF
Yes.
banned Don Morocco from using the Asiatic spike. Joe, your thoughts?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm with you 100%.
It's Larry Merchant. Joe, in Brock Lesnar, we see a man who had a staph infection, but it seems as if with Anderson Silva, the UFC has an Anderson Silva infection. Joe,
That might be the best Larry Merchant impression on
It's
the planet.
amazing.
and only. Yeah, that's the only
Who
one.
else does Larry Merchant?
Have you heard my Joe? Have you heard my Harold Letterman?
No.
He always does a scorecard like he's
Who
on
is
the
he? Who is
fucking.
he?
He's the guy that like they go. Let's go now to Harold Letterman, see how he scored the fight, and he's always on like the Ho Chi Minh Trail in '68. So he's like, okay, Jim, I got the fight 4 rounds to 3. I got it all De La Hoya. It's like, how do you have it all De La Hoya if you just said it's fucking 4-3, you moron? I got 4 rounds to 3. Okay, Jim, everybody get down. Dump all your remaining firepower within my compound. For the record, it is my call. In the meantime, you two will cease fire. And if I find out there was an illegal killing, I will court-martial your ass. I got it on De La Hoya. 5 rounds to 3. It's a shutout.
That's hilarious.
Oscar De La Hoya is a man who's going to get tired. The best Larry Merchant ever is when George Foreman knocked out Michael Moore because Larry Merchant was so offended that George Foreman was even in the ring. So the second voice I'm going to do will be Jim Lampley. He goes, George Foreman is a man who has always called his jab the Big Bang. Well, in order for George Foreman, who has been outclassed, outboxed, and outmaneuvered in this fight, in order for George to win this fight, the Big Bang itself. Moore is down! Moore is down and he's not getting back up! Okay, Jim, I got Michael Moore. He's gonna stay laying down. He went to bed. I got Moore winning the fight in the landslide. Everybody get down. Don't fucking pick up the teapot. This is gook stuff, man. Let's get out of here.
Jay Moore, ladies and gentlemen, Gotham Comedy Club.
Absolutely.
No, this is important, Sal. This is important. Look, Maps.
Go ahead.
No, but they didn't actually say that was in Platoon. That's not what the guy said.
No, literal Jim.
Oh,
And the guy
Joe, where are
steps
you
out
this weekend?
river dancing with no arms.
How great was that? Where's Rogan this weekend?
Yeah, Rogan, where are you this weekend?
Nowhere.
Just hanging? Why are you calling it?
Everybody's
I mean, we love
somewhere.
when you call the show, but are you promoting anything?
I got a DVD out. My DVD just came out.
What's it called?
Talking Monkeys in Space.
Okay.
You can get it on Amazon and all that good shit, iTunes, all that stuff.
There's like 6 comics that I would actually go watch.
Rogan rules.
Joe's the one. Rogan's 3 of them.
Rogan rules.
Rogan's also one of 2 guys in my life that if I had a bat, had the first shot, I would lay the bat down at their feet and walk away. I saw Rogan in April Foolishness. I was fucking nervous talking to him. Like, I hope he doesn't take anything the wrong way and hit me. Who's
the other one? I wouldn't do that.
Chappie.
Chappie?
You know Kevin Chapman from Boston? Just an old...
But Joe's like one of the
You can't
nicest
teach
guys
hate.
out there.
I try to be.
You are, bro.
Joe's a good... I'd be nice, too. if guys were...
Oh, yeah, what was that awful comment? That's Joe. He loves kids. Shut up.
I'd be nice, too, if I had guys staring at my cock every time I went to the gym.
Absolutely.
Do you think that kid's going to kill himself soon from looking at the cock and it's going to be all over the fucking internet?
That kid's probably got more dick from that video than anything else.
he loves
he's
the
ever done in
cock.
his life.
I picture Rogan's cock as being girthier than it is long. I don't know why. I picture you with a Flintstones cock.
That's not what Julie Bean told me.
It's pretty fat around the, but it's pretty. It's not definitely not normal width.
Normal way.
You got a thick one, Joe.
Well, yeah, everything about me's thick. My head, my dick.
His dick ain't bright.
I take big, thick shits. Everything.
How's your nose now, Joe? Is everything all better?
Fantastic.
I've been following you on Twitter.
You see my boogers?
Yeah, I saw the photos.
Yeah, we
of
saw
your
the
snots.
boogers.
Greatest thing I've ever done. I had a broken nose my whole life from when I was a little kid, so I could never breathe out of my nose. And years of martial arts, getting kicked and punched in the face. It's always been fucked up, but now it's fixed. I could never breathe out of my nose before. Never.
That gives me anxiety. When I'm on stage with a stuffy nose, I start having a panic attack.
Really? Yeah, how do you talk, Joe? How do you talk when you know, I can't do it? I can't take a deep breath.
I needed juice.
It was bad for a long time. I couldn't do it. I mean, I could talk, but I would have to take breaths. Like, I would run out of gas sometimes on stage. Like, I would be in the middle of a rant or something like that. I would have to breathe because I couldn't get any air out of my nose.
Do you ever feel like you couldn't feel it? Me and Anthony put it best, as he always does. It's like, sometimes I feel like I can't get the click when you're taking a deep breath. Like I can't fill my lungs.
Yeah, yeah, it's terrible. The deviated septums are fucking horrible. You know, the nose is a fucking shitty design. It's just so easy to break. You know, you just slap someone in the nose, and their nose will break, and then their eyes will water.
Joe, what are your thoughts on the trachea, Joe?
I'm just as God made me.
People think it is.
I thought it was the most vulnerable. It's like
you could punch somebody in the neck, and if they're strong, they're just going to get mad. It doesn't hurt you nearly as much as people think. Like, you ever see karate movies where a guy chops a guy in the neck and the guy goes down?
Yeah.
Your neck kind of gives in.
That would be
kind of it gives. It goes in and comes back out again.
Hey, what do you think? When do you think Lesnar's fighting Shane Cohen?
Well, the tentative date is July 3rd. That's when they're trying to make it. But the UFC is still trying to get Fedor. And if they got Fedor, if somehow or another they got Fedor out of his contract and all that jazz, then they would set up probably Fedor versus Brock Lesnar first.
Jesus.
You think would they fight Fedor or Lesnar first? I mean,
right away.
Why not?
Because I think a lot of guys could beat him. I think there's a few guys in the UFC like Cain Velasquez. I think Cain Velasquez might be able to beat Fedor. You know, there's a couple other guys that might have a chance. You know, Carwin has a chance.
Yeah.
You know, and Brock Lesnar has a chance. I think the best thing to do would be to just throw him to the lions right away.
Because this way that the invincibility factor is still there, as opposed to if he loses badly to one guy.
Now we're
because he's worth so much money. He's worth so. I mean, to have like the most mysterious heavyweight fight the biggest dog in the UFC, you got to do that right away. Because anything that fucks it up, I mean, you could really hype it up and make this a gigantic fucking fight. But if he stepped in and like say fought Cain Velasquez first, there's a very good possibility that Cain could beat him. You know, the UFC guys. One thing is important is they're way bigger. Like, Fedor walks around, he's 6 feet tall, he walks around at like 230 pounds, and he's kind of fat. I mean, he's a fucking awesome fighter. The guy's a machine, but he'd be giving away at least 50 pounds to Brock Lesnar.
Wow. Now, you're talking like this is going to happen. You have confidence that Dana's going to make this happen?
I don't know. You know,
what are the odds? What are your odds, Joe?
I would say it's probably 50-50. Who the fuck knows? Anybody else, I would say, is 100% because Dana's going after him.
Yeah.
But the fact that these Russian guys they're nuts. They want to co-promote with the UFC. They want to basically own half of the show.
Why doesn't Dana tell Fedor to go fuck himself? You don't need Fedor to keep UFC afloat. Fuck Fedor.
Because I think he wants to prove a point. Because all these hardcore fans keep saying, like, hey, you know, Dana cared Fedor would be in the UFC right now. And he's trying to make a deal to, satisfy all the fans. The guy is, fanatical about satisfying the people that support the UFC.
Well, then why not put on, when I watch UFC Fight Night, can I get something past 2006?
Can you get something past 2006?
Every time, I got the TV up in my garage and I watch the fights when I'm on, my treadmill trying to get the Joe Rogan body, and it's like, we are live in Colorado Springs. Mike, 2-0, Mike Zwick versus, it's always fights from 2006 on Fight Night on Spike.
I never noticed.
Well, it's because you're there at the real stuff. What's going on with Junkyard Dog? Or Kimbo Slice? Is he coming back? Nothing going on?
Junkyard Dog. He's fighting Matt Mitrione next month in Montreal.
How's that going to work out? You said it best that, I think it was actually on Twitter you said it, that, the fuck is it? Kimbo Slice should just spend a year at Fairtech Gym rolling around, not even come out of the woods for a year just doing jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but the problem is these guys don't make enough money to do that, and the way he lives, Kimbo's he likes gold chains and shit, likes to drive nice cars.
We know exactly what kind of a lifestyle, what kind of rich you mean.
What would you call that, Joe? What kind of rich?
There's a word for it. I can't remember.
What's it rhyme with?
I heard it growing up a lot in my household.
Shit, I hate when this happens.
Yeah.
That would be, if you heard it a lot growing up, that'd be crybaby faggot rich.
Yes, that's true. I certainly was.
Not Anthony. Anthony was out in California fucking shooting deer.
Yeah, I know.
That's after
what
I grew
a weird
up a little.
life.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Fucking you and Fred Wolf.
What weight is Silva going to fight at, this wrestler?
How'd we get back
185.
So I'm going to keep throwing in fucking UFC questions.
I had one, and I wanted you.
Let me just touch you right here. Here's the thing: is Bob Kelly right? Because Bob Kelly is so Shay's got some pretty good guns on him. Bob Kelly thinks he knows everything about the UFC. Do you have to be the same weight at weigh-in?
No.
Bob Kelly stinks.
Why is Bob Kelly's Facebook or whatever his fucking Twitter photo look like a wax portrait of himself?
No, it's Rampage Jackson yelling at him.
No, it's this.
I know, it's a new
Oh,
this
the one with
fucking
the
wax
lips?
This is what
The
Bob
lips?
said to me, because I said Fedor fights at like 230 and fucking Carwin and it was 265. So, like, what are they going to have to do? And Bob goes, nah, dude, they got to weigh in at the same weight.
No, they don't.
No,
Hey,
they
Joe,
don't.
what is
That's how they weigh in.
That's
That's
we all
it.
know that. We don't even have to spend time on that. Joe, what does
Thank you, Joe.
what does catch weight mean?
Catch weight means if a guy can't make the division weight, or they decide to fight at they agree to a fight. Like, say if two guys, they normally fight at 170, but they don't want to fight at 185, they'll agree to meet at 175. That's a catch weight. It means an in-between weight class.
But why would...
Okay, Joe.
Could they just weigh in at
That'll
different...
be an impression in the world right there.
Hey, could they just weigh in at different weights if they wanted to? If they agreed to it?
Yes,
Okay.
if they agree to it. Yeah, but they have to be one of them. They have to be within a certain weight class. I mean, you can't have like a guy who's 170 fighting a guy who's 265. You can't have that.
Could a 235 guy fight a 265 guy?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
good.
it's 205 to heavyweight is 205 up to 265. So you could literally be any weight from 205 up.
Even light heavyweight, really?
Is the cup
Yeah.
still here?
The what?
As long as you weigh more than 205. If you weigh
go.
more than 205, then he's a heavyweight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, so fucking Liddell could fight, or not that it's going to happen, but he could fight Carwin.
Easily, yeah. Those
That'd
guys,
be
I mean,
bad.
when
That'd be a
Liddell
bad
walks
move
around,
on
Yeah, that'd be
Chuck
bad.
Liddell's part.
He's like 230.
Who's
We love
230?
Chuck, but Jesus, I don't think he wants to fight Carwin.
Yeah, Carwin is
Yeah,
fucking
don't do
frightening.
that.
Don't do that to Chuck.
That guy's horrifying.
Yeah.
Carwin, that guy has literally, like, his hands, his fists are maybe 2.5 times the size of mine.
Yeah.
Like, when you shake his
We
hand,
saw it, remember that?
it's like shaking a giant's hand. It's
What
ridiculous.
about Chuck? Chuck's not fighting Tito anymore, right?
No, he's not fighting Tito, and I really don't know why. Something happened on the show, and Tito's not fighting. I don't know what happened.
What, did he hurt himself?
I don't know. They won't tell me. They hide all the information because they're worried about people leaking it on the internet. But we know now that something happened because they had to schedule a fight in Vancouver for June. They had to start promoting it. And Chuck is going to fight Rich Franklin in that fight.
Huh? Weird.
Wow.
Yeah, Chuck's not drinking anymore. He's been training like nonstop, like a madman, trying to actually make a real run at this.
Right.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
we had him in 2 weeks ago. He looked great.
Yeah, but what do you think, Joe?
You know what? There's a certain time when the body just doesn't want to agree with your desires anymore.
Right.
So the body just doesn't want to do it anymore. I don't know if he's reached that time or if he was just partying too much and maybe he can come back. You know, he's taken a long time off, which is good. You know, give his body a chance to heal up. Who knows? You never could say no. You know, you can't. It's so difficult to tell whether or not a guy's done.
Right. All right.
But it's ugly when you
If
find
you
out
think
that
that's
they were
difficult, go see Bob Levy at Morgan's
Morgan's.
Thunderbolt in Mokina, Illinois.
And a Time Cinnamon, Watusi,
I know, but kid,
Wisconsin.
just one at a time, Bob. Look
Take
at me.
it easy, Moore.
Tonight
You'll be
I'm
at
at
the
Gotham. It's
Gotham.
easy.
All right, man,
Rogan's
Dave.
got the weekend off, and Jimmy's going to be at some island in Florida. We're all caught up.
No, I'm
now.
not.
Just calling to get more Twitter friends. Please, people, follow me on
Yes.
Twitter. JoeRogan.net. Spell it out. D-O-T-N-E-T.
You're bragging now. You got
Joe,
more followers
yeah,
than
Joe,
anyone.
why don't you,
What the fuck,
why don't
Joe?
you tweet that they should follow me? A little follow
Follow
Thursday.
Jay Moore, please, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll tell you,
Moore-
Joe, here's
Jay
a man
Moore
when you,
37.
when you follow him on Twitter. I got nothing.
That's funny. When is that? I heard.
Jay Moore
I
fine.
see that fucking Ashton Kutcher with his $4.5 million. It's
Yeah.
my brain.
And he says nothing.
It proves that
Says
it doesn't
nothing.
work, because if Ashton Kutcher, if half of his followers saw his movie, opening weekend would be like $30 million.
Right.
I was saying this to Rob Riggle. I said, you got 1.5 million followers. This show should be a fucking smash hit, you dope. I'm like, you got over 1 million fucking followers, and you tell them all, watch Gary or Mary tonight. I go, can't you say that when you're not on the fucking show? You're just a fucking hoarder. You just got to hoard all the fucking tweets.
Wow.
Sorry.
Good point, man.
Hey, if is UFC going to be in Pittsburgh the 29th, 30th, or the 1st of May?
No, who is going to be in Pittsburgh? then?
I'll be there. So at the Improv, so I thought maybe I
Are
could
you
go.
really going to be there?
Yeah, at the Improv.
Jimmy Norton is a
embarrassed.
man.
Sounds like suicide.
Yeah. Jesus, Jimmy.
I
All
went
right.
to the Pittsburgh Improv once, and I was so happy when I got out of there.
Really?
Oh, I'm not a fan of Pittsburgh.
You don't like Pittsburgh.
I feel like everybody just wants to get out of there. They're all stuck. Like you go to Philly, everybody's having a good time. You go to Pittsburgh, and everybody has this look on their face like fuck.
Hey Joe, would you and Jimmy agree with me? I mean, Bob doesn't know. He doesn't really travel to the country much to do comedy.
Yeah.
Would you agree that Denver, for some reason, it's like they were all on fucking Paxil coming into the crowd. They were the happiest people I've ever seen in my life.
Denver's awesome. I fucking love Colorado. I lived there for 4 months till my dog got eaten by a mountain lion.
Well,
Jesus.
It's one way of looking at it.
What, you don't live in Colorado? Joe, you're not in Colorado anymore?
No, he. Maybe you weren't here when he came in.
Yeah, I was.
He told the whole story.
Fucking dog.
Hey, he's back in L.A.
Oh, I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. I had to come back to L.A. My wife got pregnant, my dog got eaten, and that was a wrap.
Hell yeah. One for one.
I fucked up, and I tried to move my wife into the mountains. Because I really secretly want to live there and wait for the apocalypse.
You had a whole blog about like you heaven on earth up in the mountains.
Believe me,
I'm so depressed for you now.
I guess you had to move back.
What kind of dog
walk
did you
the
have?
leash.
I have a teacup.
Now you're funny. You've been here 2 hours, you fucking stuttering prick. You motherfucker. You fucking been here 2 hours, you fucking prick. Bob Levy, you motherfucker.
Levy's has some strong lines today. Strong.
Shay wasn't here cock-a-blocking all my fucking time.
Cock-a-blocking?
Yeah.
Don't even
I learned that in Uba Duba where fucking Joe Rogan was, all right?
Cock-a-blocking.
Joe Rogan.
This guy talks like he's got a whole bunch of lips.
Hey, Joe Rogan, this is Bob Levy. I'll be at the Plymouth Memorial Hall in a couple of weeks. Was there a lot of black people in the audience for the first time?
Where?
And where you just had to fight?
Hold on, Joe. Say the name
not
of the town.
that many. No, in Abu Dhabi, very few.
Akabaka.
Where was it again?
It was in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Same fucking thing. It's right next door.
Hey Joe, if you ever need someone to do Harold Letterman and Larry Merchant with you and Goldberg, please call me because his partner.
I would love that. If we did that,
I thought you
No, his partner Goldberg.
I thought you were goofing
Mike
on dummy.
Goldberg, right? I didn't get it wrong. I'm
make
all about
Boston
it.
We were going back to Goldberg with Levy.
Oh, no, I meant Mike Goldberg, Joe's broadcasting partner.
I got to admit, I got confused, too.
I got one more.
The Rick Monday to Joe's Vince Scully. So if you ever, God, man, if you ever take a sick day, call me for crying out loud.
Fucking Jay would do a nice set with you, Joe.
yeah, that would be hilarious.
That'd be a good set.
Too bad he won't be doing one at Gotham tonight.
Yes.
I'm kidding. Take it easy, Jay.
Wow.
Take it. I'm your buddy. Take it easy.
You fucking
Your
creep.
fucking hair plugs are flying in the air. Take it easy.
How's Howard Stern, faggot?
He's doing great. Faggot.
What started this? What Bob said? I didn't hear.
What's wrong,
No,
Bob?
he started from the beginning. It's
started
clear. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Nothing going on?
That's right. You heard me. More.
Nothing going on?
Boy,
What?
it sounds like these two got a whole good thing going.
Joe, you gotta understand, Bob Levy keeps telling me I got a wig and or hair plugs. Meanwhile, his hair is like fucking Pacino's orange hair in 88 minutes. And his explanation is, I lost a bet. Like, what are you, like a fucking Freaky Friday? Like a
We
guy...
were doing it on Miserable Men.
Did you really lose a
British
bet?
show. Yeah, it was
That's like what the
Is that
guy in
what you're
khaki
telling people?
pants says at fucking Bennigan's in Wayne, New Jersey. Hey, I lost a bet, you fucking...
No, they tricked me. They said it was going to be. They said it was going to be brown. We were going to dye our
Are
hair
you a
brown.
fucking civilian? Like...
What kind of a fucking asshole?
It's a horrible bet.
And if you lose the bet, you dye your hair.
No, it wasn't that. We were supposed to dye our hair the same color, and they fucking tricked me.
If you lose the bet, you dye your hair
assholes.
brown. That's a horrible bet.
No.
Dave?
We were
Horrible
supposed
bet.
to both do it the same color and see who looked better, and they fucked me up.
No, I thought you said I'm all right, Spider.
I said no. I thought you were good.
No, I'm all right, you fucking dizzy prick. Get my fucking drinks, you motherfucker. What, Joe?
I said, why don't you two just use Easter egg dye and dye your cock?
It'll give that kid something to stare at.
If you lose, we have to dye our dicks blue. Oh. It's ridiculous.
That's
Joe
10:43.
Rogan.
All right.
One of my favorite
we gotta
comics
get
in the
out of here.
world.
Joe's the best.
All right, Joe, we got to let you go, buddy.
JoeRogan.net. Great blog, too, everybody. Go read his blog.
Fucking the
Thank you very
podcast
much,
and everything,
Jay.
Joe's
Take care,
doing?
buddy.
I love you, motherfuckers. Thank
I love
you.
you,
See you,
Joe.
Joe.
Later,
Joe Rogan is the greatest.
He really is the best fucking announcer, honestly, in sports.
asshole.
He's phenomenal.
What a great phoner with 5 guys in the room, and Joe's just killing on the phone.
Yeah.
I just want to be like a little kid and ask fight questions. He's great.
He's
I was happy to see the kid watching his hog. That was the fucking weirdest fucking video.
Who wouldn't look at Rogan's cock? I like to fault that kid.
Rogan's cock.
Yeah, welcome to the fucking club. We should start one.
Well, you're like you're way down Tranny Street more than me, but like I'm straight, but for some reason I'm just laughing. What?
Yeah, this guy's is straight. It's crooked like a $3 bill or something. Oh my God.
I would totally look at fucking Rogan's cock. Out of respect.
You gotta take a peek.
Yeah.
Out of respect.
It probably looks like fucking Luca Brasi with a fireman's hat.
I was on mushrooms once, and the guy I was with said, "What if the tip of everyone's cock, the head of your cock, had the same face as you?" Jeez. And I was like, "Oh my God, it was bad."
Freak out a little bit.
Just picture a little Chuck Liddell.